down largely to Ben Stokes and Brendon McCullum and the way they've changed the mindset of Test match cricket. And Michael Atherton, impressive.
I take my hats off to them. I tell you, this is an incredible effort. I can't think of another England team that on this pitch would have given themselves a chance to win this game. And by that, I don't mean to discredit England teams of the past, but it's all come down to really the pace at which England have scored, because no England team would have found taking 10 wickets or indeed 20 wickets on this pitch very easy, and therefore just the pace at which they've scored, more than 7 and over today, 6.5 and over in the first innings, to give themselves a chance of winning this game. I take my hat off to them, and regardless of what happens tomorrow, I thought that was a fantastic declaration from Ben Stokes at tea to give themselves 4 sessions to win this game. We know it's going to be a slightly shortened day tomorrow as well. So well done, England. It's a terrible Test match pitch, and therefore for everybody who has got the interests of the game at heart and Test match cricket at heart, to have tomorrow a day where all 3 possibilities are open, it's fantastic, I think.
Well, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And when you see the bigger picture and you hear the bigger picture that Brendon McCullum was speaking to you about a couple of days before the Test match, about trying to excite the crowds, bring them back in. Our viewers are having to get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to watch cricket, and they wouldn't do it, or people wouldn't do it on this pitch. But Stokes somehow, with his team, have made it interesting.
Yeah, they're prepared to lose. Think of what Joe Root said to me last night, stood here 24 hours ago. He said, we're not bothered about the draw. We don't mind if we lose. If Pakistan are good enough to beat us, so be it. Now think of Joe, who looked so worn as an England captain, didn't he, not so long ago in the Caribbean. And then think of the summer previous when his England team refused to make that chase at Lord's against New Zealand. So it's really been it's a completely different England team, and that is solely down to Ben Stokes and Brendon McCullum, who are both exactly the same mind really when it comes to playing cricket. And I can tell you, there are 3 England captains watching on here live, and Butch, obviously, who captained England in the studio there, and none of us would have declared when Ben Stokes declared today at tea. It's still a tough ask to score 340 in the final innings, 4th innings, but on this pitch I don't think any of us would have been declaring so early. England captains generally err on the side of caution. Only 13 captains have declared in the 3rd innings in the history of the game and lost, so generally, and particularly in the first test of a series, captains understandably err to caution. Stokes is not having a bar of that, so he's going to go down as one of the most significant England captains we've had, I think.
And the results don't matter. When you say significant, it's because he changed the game, because he was prepared to lose, as you say, and entertain in an era where a lot of people are talking down the prospects and the future of Test match cricket.
Of course, he will hate losing. All the England team will hate. I'm not saying they're going to lose at all, but he would hate losing. But he's prepared to lose to win. And so great credit to him for that. It's easy to talk that kind of game. It's much more difficult to put those words into action. But everything we've seen in this short period of time from Ben Stokes as England captain is that he's prepared to kind of tear up the conventions of the game almost, looking to chase to win in England. Remember that toss earlier on last summer where I think Nasser was doing the toss or I was doing the toss, and he said, we'll have a chase. How many captains say that on the first morning of a Test match? And then here today, parting Jimmy Anderson from the new ball, no slips in place when they're trying to win a game, that short ball ploy. So he's kind of prepared to challenge convention in an attempt to win and play attractive cricket.